Hey guys, welcome to Cricket Fanatics Magazine. This is your daily show. I'm your host Khalid Mohidin, and this is the show where we talk about all the major talking points in South African cricket. Now, you can see that we started with something new recently with obviously interviewing Tabray Shamsi. We brought him on the show, tried something different, and we thought, why not do it again? And this time, go with someone that has also performed in the 4-day franchise series and has had a great start to the season. Now, I'm going to be talking to Raynard van Tonder today, and it's going to be so amazing to hear what it's been like to be back in cricket and what's been key to his start to his new season. So I'm really excited to bring him on the show. But obviously, before we get going, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to click that notification bell for all future videos. Now, without further ado, let's bring on Raynard on the show. I'm really excited to hear what he has to say. So welcome to the show, Raynard. Really good to see you again.
Cool. Thanks for having me.
So I want to start off with the beginning because we haven't caught up since you started cricket. We obviously caught up before the season started. Now it's obviously time to catch up with you and see how the season has been. So we spoke about before in the previous interview that we had. Guys, go check that out also on the channel. It's in the Knockdown series. It's in the Knockdown section on the channel. But we spoke about how you're going to be preparing for the new season, and you were saying that you were a little bit. You were just doing what you guys were given, and it was all uncertain at first. Like nobody knew what it's going to be like life after lockdown. I think that from now on, you can say maybe that with the start that you've had, you've kind of cracked the code a bit. I've said this to a couple of guys that have performed well. What do you think was key during the lockdown period to get you so focused for the new season?
I think one thing that's massive in cricket is being mentally fresh. So I think this long break for a lot of us actually gave us a chance to really think about our game and work on aspects where you usually don't really get time to work on when the season's on and you're very busy. So yeah, and then I was actually quite nervous leading up to those first games because having not played for such a long time, you hope you didn't forget how to bat. So yeah, but I'm really happy we could get off to a good start, and for me personally, also getting some runs.
That's awesome. And guys that have just joined, you can put your comments in the live comments, and we will ask Raynard them later on in the show. Yeah, Raynard, that was a great start to the season. And what stood out to me, and I don't know if you saw the thumbnail, but it's we started where you left off last season. I mean, the incredible season last season, but you were batting more as an opener last season in 4-day cricket. Now you've kind of slotted into that position that we spoke about, maybe being your specialist position, that number 3 position. What has it been like when you heard that from the coach that, okay, Raynard, you're going to bat at 3? I'm presuming those conversations would have been happening long before the season started, maybe. What did that feel like to hear that from the coach?
Yeah, for me, opening the batting and batting 3, I don't think there's a massive difference. The one thing that I do like is if you've done fielding, you don't have to rush off and go pad up immediately. So you have that 5 minutes extra. And then sometimes the openers bat well, like our openers has been doing. You get to get in against a bit of an older ball. So yeah, but batting 3, I've really enjoyed it. Had a good start batting there, luckily. But I think the main reason behind it was just to get a good balance to our batting lineup with Jock Snyman also getting in now. He's in really good form, and he's devastating up front. So yeah, to get the balance right.
What sort of tips do you pick up from them? I mean, obviously they're going to come in, like, especially for they almost newer guys in the side, I would say, because I mean, Jacques didn't play many 4-day games last season, but like, with regards to that, what do you learn from them, and have they been asking you some tips?
Yeah, Jacques, I think he's just got an incredible talent he just strikes the ball so well and so effortlessly, and also just to hit the middle of the bat all the time. So yeah, I've really enjoyed playing with him or having him in my team, especially coming in after we've had some really good starts. Because the way he plays, he just puts the other team under pressure from ball 1. If you miss your length, you get smashed. So really enjoyed that. And then Maddie he's really batting well. He hasn't got that big score yet, but I'm sure it's very close. And he's a very calm guy, so it's really nice having that experience and that calmness in our dressing room now. So yeah, I've learned a lot from him with his experience that he's had before. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. So, okay, great start to the season. Obviously, you scored a half century in your first innings playing for them and for the Knights, as well as then that massive 100. And what I like about your hundreds is because it's never just 100; it's 166 or it's 180 or something big. Like I love the way you push on beyond those milestones. Talk us through that start of the season. What was key to the start of the season for you to be able to just pick up where you left off? Because a lot of guys say that the youngsters struggle. It's like that second season syndrome. You must have heard of people say that online, or people talk about that, but it doesn't seem like you've been struggling with regards to that. What's been key to your success this season, to the start of the season?
Yeah, it is actually something that played on my mind because I've heard it quite a lot where um, as a youngster they have a good season and then people try and work them out because there's a lot of footage on them now. So for me, it's just about doing my homework on the bowlers we play against. Especially now with we played against the Dolphins. It was a game I really looked forward to because I knew Keshav is also playing and he's obviously a brilliant bowler. So it's just about doing your homework and yeah, for me, just controlling the things I can control and putting in the work and watching the ball. It's the most important for me.
Yeah, talk me through that massive century. I'm gonna come back to the more fun questions after this, but like let's talk about that massive century that you scored. Um, what went through your mind? What was the tipping point for you where you felt like, because obviously we didn't get to see those games, so I don't know. We can't see whether you had a smooth start to your innings or you recovered. Can you give us some insight into that 166? What happened when you were at that crease? What were the difficult parts of the innings and what really went smoothly for you?
Yeah, throughout the innings, I didn't feel like it was one of my most fluent innings.
Hmm.
I did adapt my game plan quite a bit because the wicket was also quite slow, so it wasn't easy just hitting through the line. And then when Keshav came on to bowl, he bowled really well, and there wasn't a lot of boundaries being scored. So for me, it was just about every 5 runs, just looking to get 5 more runs wherever I get it, no matter how long it is. Because yeah, for me, it is a big thing. Something I really take pride in is if I score 100, I try and go big because usually 100 doesn't win you the game, but if you can get 150 plus, that puts your team in a really good position. So yeah, and that's why I try and bat a lot in the nets for long periods of time to be able to have that stamina and that focus to bat for day and a half.
Mhm. We spoke about it in our on lockdown episode. You said you really want to improve your game against spin. Now, how did you feel against a guy like Keshav? And how much did guys like your teammates, you know who we're talking about, how much they actually are in the comments at the moment? So, how did that help you face that type of spin? And how you feel? How do you feel against spin right now?
Yeah, leading up to that game, playing in spin, I feel someone like Pite is someone who plays spin really well. He has a lot of options against spin. So I spoke to him quite a bit before the game about plans, what's his plans, and just to figure things out. And another guy was Fudgy, Berdine. Also
Mm.
spoke to quite a bit because I think he's very good against left arm spin. He rotates very well because he's used to that batting in the middle order white ball cricket. So he knows how to manipulate the field. So it was just about preparing well and then going in and backing myself with things I trained and then just going to do it.
Mhm. Now comes the fun questions. I wish I could have brought them on to ask you themselves, but I didn't have the chance to do it. The wickets, the guys that took your wicket. So let's just talk about that quickly. Particularly in the game
Uh,
again, particularly in the game against the Warriors.
yeah,
Do you just want to say who took your wicket over there?
yeah, I don't even want to say. Yeah, Monkey Mickey was actually quite a good ball with the second new ball.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Was there some chirping happening for Marcus Sand? Because I know he was talking big the last time. What did he say to you? Did he chirp you or say anything to you?
no, I actually didn't. Not that I can't remember anything. I didn't do any nickname. I just walked. It's just not hear it.
Yeah, I mean, at least it's your buddy that it's a buddy of yours, someone that's close to you that took your wicket. And with the second wicket as well, someone that you really know very, very well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, what was that like? Did you guys have a chat afterwards? What did you have any cheer for him? Because I know he's also a very talented player, Ruanda Swart. So, it's great to obviously see him getting some game time because that's what everybody was talking about. But I want to talk about that particular game, the Dolphins game, because Ruan's kind of new into the 4-day series as well. And what was he like to face? And as well as the young Lee Fantansi that everybody's been talking very highly about, what was it like to face those two quicks from your perspective?
I thought Patrick Luan, he was one of their bowlers that really bowled towards their plan, and he's always been a very accurate and skillful bowler. Not great pace, not very quick, but he just keeps hitting a good line and length consistently.
Yeah,
I thought he did that really well. You can look at his economy; it was very good. Just keep hitting a good line and length, and then with the bat, he was very impressive. I think the first innings he came in 124 or 6 or 7, and he actually batted very fluently, and it looked like he batted on a different wicket. So, and the second innings as well, I think he made 40 not out. So yeah, I'm really happy he made his debut. I think it's been a long time coming because he's put in the hard work at a bit lower teams, putting in match-winning performances. So yeah, I'm really happy for him, and I think he's going to do well in the season coming. Then Lifa, faced a bit of him. He's definitely, I feel like he's got a bit of an X factor. I think on a quick wicket he can bowl some good wheels. And yeah, I didn't see much of his batting.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, so we got a comment over here that I have to put up on the screen because Sean says he gets you out in the nets every day. Is that true, right?
Yeah, Sean it's not easy facing the net, especially if it's turning a bit. But definitely not every day. Say so once in 10 net sessions.
He even knows the number, Sean. So if you want to fight him, come on the show. So let's get into some of the fan comments. It's the perfect time to get into the fan comments. We got one from Abai, one of our regular contributors. He says, "Hi, Raynard. What would you say keeps you motivated to push higher and higher?"
Yeah, it's a good question. For me, my ultimate goal is to be one of the best players in the world. So that's what's driving me at the moment to keep training and pushing myself to be the best version of myself and being, hopefully in years to come, one of the best batters in the world in more than one format.
Janine wants to know, do you think playing in an empty stadium has an effect on your performance?
I'm not sure because I haven't played in a full stadium, so I'm used to playing where there's not a lot of fans cheering you on. So I can't really say.
Yeah. So I wanted to say that we don't get much guys coming to support the 4-day game, and that's what we're trying to change. And we're trying to get you guys out there to as many people as possible, so fans can become, get to know you guys better as personalities, so that they come to the stadium just to see you before they even see you play cricket. And that's the aim of here. I know a bias is I should have said sophomore slump, but come on now, Bai. We know you're from America, but you don't have to push it to us. We've got Sean van Berg saying Razor Ramon. Obviously, to that. If I'm thinking about Razor Ramon, I'm thinking about WWE or WWF back in the day. Yeah. Sean van Berg saying best technique in the country. I mean, I always used to speak about it, Raynard. When I spoke about you before, after Kamajolo weeks, and I saw you perform, I would always say that it's your technique that stood out to me as well. Excellent technique. Werner Rasmus says, "Okay, good to see you here, Sean van Berg. You have to take back the fastest 100 record from Jacques Steyman."
Yeah. Well, he wasn't happy when he found out Jacques scored a quick 100.
That's excellent to know. What was his reaction like?
No, he wasn't happy because at first I thought it is slow, and then as soon as he knew, because he sits next to me in the change room, he spoke about it quite a couple of times.
And then there's this one over here from the person that's fishing racer.
Yeah,
So talk about
he was
yeah.
with us this weekend when we went on our fishing trip. So
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that. How did that fishing trip go? What do you love the most about fishing? That's my question, not the question from the fight.
yeah, the fishing trip didn't go that well. Uh, we didn't catch anything, but yeah, for me, going fishing, it's mostly about the friends you go with. Just because when we're busy playing cricket, you don't really get to spend a lot of time with your friends. So it's really nice just to go sit next to the water, have a couple of beers, chat, and just have fun with your friends. And then when I do it more seriously, I usually go with my dad. Also, we really enjoy bass fishing. When I was younger, we used to like fishing competitions. So yeah, we took it quite seriously. But now there's not a lot of time for that.
Yeah. Of course not. Yeah, but it's a nice. I would take it that it's a nice way to like just let go of things, like anything in the water. I used to enjoy surfing back in the day when just to relax. I mean, now I don't have really much of the time to do it, but I need to get back on that board again and try to do that. Let's go for some buyers. Some excellent questions. Yes, I have to ask all of them. No, guys, you need if you want to compete with a buy in the comments, then do so. Your favorite batsman, Proteus batsman that you look up to.
Definitely AB, the
Hmm.
winners. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. And then with regards to the fondest memories from your under 19 days.
Mm, yeah, it has to be the World Cup. Um, the tour we had, we played some good cricket, but also we have so much good memories. Me and Maddie, Javesh and Pillay, a lot of my friends that I don't get to play with now anymore. But yeah, we had such a good time. I miss those days. Really had fun,
Hmm.
and obviously playing with them, um, having some fun in the middle. Yeah.
Cool. And then about saying generally, how confident are you when it comes to playing a spin now? I think you've already answered that already, but if you want to answer that again.
Yeah, I work really hard on playing spin, and obviously we've got Sean bowling to me in the nets, which I think is if he's not the best spinner in the country at the moment, he's maybe second, but he's a really quality bowler. So and picking his brain as well helps me a lot. The way he thinks. So yeah, I'm very confident playing spin. It's not a big difference for me in confident wise between seam and spin.
Mhm. And with regards to your amazing, you've been amazing in first class cricket. What are your plans in the short formats for the near future?
Yeah, there's no specific plans. It's just about putting in those match-winning performances. Obviously, the end of last season with the one-day cricket, I didn't have a great run. I think I played 3 games. I scored like 5 runs. I got 2 golden ducks, but
Yeah.
it's not a massive issue. I know if I just keep working at it, the runs will come, and I will put in some match-winning performances.
Mhm. We've got two more questions, and that is one is advice for young players who want to make it professionally but haven't had success at the younger school age level.
It's for me. It's just about learning, trying to learn as much as you can from guys that has been doing well, and just taking that into your game and just keep working hard, because I think your talent only takes you this far or that far, and then from there it's just about hard work and training smart.
Mhm. Now, Werner's question is going to be tough to answer because you haven't played every single team yet in the tournament. But so far, to the two teams that you have faced, who has been the hardest bowler to face so far this season?
Uh, Keshav.
What is it about Keshav? Would you say?
I would say because the weekend wasn't really turning, but he's just so accurate. He, he varies his pace, but the ball just pitches on the same spot, and obviously he's a smart bowler. He knows when to change his pace. So for me, the main thing was just he's so accurate. He doesn't miss his mark. I think he bowled one short ball where he got pulled, and he bowled I think 50 overs. So he's just very consistent.
Mhm. So, guys, thank you for tuning in. That's all we have today. Wait, there's one more. There's one more. This is one more. Let's just ask it. Who is the hardest to face from a seam paces point of view?
This, I would say, from all the franchise games I've played, seam is the toughest spell I've faced was probably Bieran in Joburg. Probably the toughest, or the most challenging seam I've faced. Yeah.
There's one more that is about the white ball format now with the Proteas. I didn't ask you about that as well. So, who is your current favorite batsman in the Proteas white ball squad that is currently against England? Do you know the whole squad off by heart? Do you want me to put it up on the screen for you?
Exactly now.
Okay, so I'll bring it up on the screen for you. You can pick from the ones that are here. Who would you say is one of your favorites?
For me, is Janneman. I love watching him bat, but obviously I would say Faf and he was a lot, and Quinny form as well. Yeah.
So when you look,
if Janneman plays, I'm looking forward to watching bat. Because obviously he did well previous games he played.
Yeah. When you look at the batsman from a Proteas, what do you look for when you watch it as a fan? What do you look for in those games?
That's quite a tough question for me. Yeah, it's different, but the main thing for me about a batter is the guys that don't score 50s or 60s or 70s, but guys that if they get into a good position or they get the start, they make sure they win the game for their team. And that's exactly what Janneman did in that Australia game where he got that 120, 130 not out. Yeah, and I think that's the main thing I look for. I think the best batters have that skill because a lot of guys can get 60, 70, 80, but to finish games and win games for your team for me is a big thing.
We have to ask Sean's question. He says Chicago or Staffy?
I'll go with Staffy because he's never at Chicago, so I'll only get him at Staffy.
Yeah, and one for the England tour because obviously England's happening. But would you want to face a guy like Stuart Broad?
Yeah, I think he's a brilliant bowler, but I think it would be a great challenge. I would love to face him. Yeah.
Okay, guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. That's all the questions that we have today. Thank you a lot, Raynard, for coming on the show. To all the guys out there, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and click that notification bell for all future videos. Don't forget to download the latest issue of the magazine. Subscribe and become a subscriber, and you'll get them all to your inbox. So the link is on the screen and in the description. If you are a business person and you need 3 steps or 3 quick tips for you to obviously make sales online, if you want to get 3 steps to get sales online, even if your business is offline, then we have a free video on this channel for you to have a check, and you can have a look at it, and then you can obviously become a subscriber to help you guys obviously take off however you want to. So that's also available for you. Don't forget to also visit our website, cricketfanaticsmag.com, for all updates, etc. Thanks a lot to everybody out there. Thanks a lot to Raynard and for coming on and being such an awesome guest. And we'll see you guys very, very soon. Take care, everyone.